Good afternoon, Village. It's so great to see you again. Before I get into some key items that are going to help you and your students identify some key things that you need to remember and know as you ramp up for the school year, I wanted to share with you 3 words that we as a staff in secondary 6 through 12 are using to guide us every day with your students. And those 3 words are spontaneity, intentionality, and present. There was a little boy who went fishing with his father, and they were at a lake nearby, and after several hours of fishing, not only did they not catch a fish, but they didn't even get a bite. As they walked home and the little boy rushed up the stairs to his bedroom, he pulled out the journal from under his bed and he wrote, "Went fishing with Dad, caught no fish, best day ever." Tragically, several weeks later, unexpectedly, the little boy passed away. As the father was rummaging through his son's bedroom, he found his little boy's journal, and sure enough, he turned to the page in the diary, and it said, "Went fishing with Dad, caught no fish, best day ever." The father was curious as to what he wrote in his journal, because he kept a journal as well, and looked into his journal, and on that very same day he wrote, "Went fishing with my little buddy, caught no fish, waste of time." It was in that moment that the father realized that what he thought was a waste of time was truly a day that that little boy had never forgotten. It was truly special. You see, as part of our commitment to God and commitment to excellence, as a secondary staff, we will be focusing on being spontaneous, being intentional, and being present with each one of your students. Because so many times we as educators can get so focused on teaching a concept or helping your student grasp a skill that sometimes just being present is the impact that is being made as we seek to touch your students, not only academically, but spiritually and personally. So we value your prayers as we seek to be spontaneous, intentional, and present with your student throughout this year. Now, there are some key items that I do want to provide some details about as we all ramp up for school in about 2 weeks. In fact, August 26th. First of all, middle school and high school students will be assigned lockers. However, the expectation is that the use of those lockers will not be permitted for at least the first couple of weeks. And here is why. It's our desire to continue to be diligent in doing all that we can to find ways to provide a safe and healthy return to on-campus learning. So we're diligently seeking ways to mitigate the amount of movement and clutters of students on campus in order to do our best to maintain a healthy and safe campus. The primary objective is how can we do all that we can to keep students on campus as much as possible while providing methods of mitigation. So we'll continue to work on details in regards to this because we understand that students will need to make adjustments in how they function throughout their day, and we want to discover ways to support their needs. Secondly, Coach Harold has communicated an update in regards to athletics for this fall, and the Independent High School Athletic Association will be permitting the start of athletics for private schools in North Carolina. That's exciting news. But it's important to know that you must submit your updated physical forms in order to try out. The first tryout is on August 31st, and that's for our fall sports like soccer and volleyball and tennis and a couple of others. So remember, it's important that if your student wants to participate and try out for a fall sport on August 31st, they must have an updated physical form. You are welcome to contact Coach Harold with any questions in regards to that. The reason we're not having tryouts the first day of school is we want to get the first 3 days under our belt and allow students to make some necessary transitions and adjustments to the way school is functioning. We look forward to seeing your student athlete on the field of play in a safe and healthy way. And lastly, open house for middle school, grades 6 through 8, will take place on August 24th from 8:15 to 10 a.m. If your student has a last name in the alphabet from the letters A through M, open house for on campus will take place for middle schoolers on August 24th. That's Monday, from 8:15 to 10 a.m. And that is if your student has the last name of the letter A all the way to the letter M. Then, from 10 to 11:35, open house will take place on campus for grades 6 through 8 for students who have the last name starting with the letter N to the letter Z. There will also be a virtual open house to connect with teachers in grades 6 through 8 on Thursday, August 20th from 5 to 5:30 p.m. That will be an opportunity for you to meet your students' teachers in an online platform. More details will be forthcoming. And as a final reminder, in regards to high school open house, please remember, open house for high school will take place on August 24th from 5 p.m. to 5:40 p.m. for grades 9 and 11, and 6 to 6:45 for grades 10 and 12. Now, there will also be an open house online for high school students, and that information will be forthcoming very soon as we're working out the final details. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity to connect with so many of you through my Connecting with Kevin. I've been able to see many of you on campus as you've been adjusting schedules or interacting with Miss Bailey. I want to thank you for the welcome that you have provided me to make me feel and know that I truly am a part of the village. I'll be praying for you, your families, your students, and we appreciate your prayers as well, as we all want to stay committed to excellence and our Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, as we provide a God-centered education for each one of your children. Have a wonderful day. God bless.